Namaste, friends. Welcome to another book club session of Thinking and Destiny, facilitated by PMC USA. Let us try to connect to the author's consciousness to gain more knowledge about the book. So let us go into meditation. Cross your legs, cross your feet if you're sitting in a chair, and cross your hands, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. We'll just go into meditation for 5 minutes. Anila garu, please share the music. Share chestara. Let us sit in meditation for 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Let us connect to the consciousness of the author, Harold W. Percival. Just be with the breath. No thoughts whatsoever. Just relax. Be with the breath. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be with the breath. Be a witness to the breath. Gently place your palms on your eyes. Come back to your senses. Come back to your physical existence. Whenever you're ready, please open. Thank you. Thank you all for joining. So, welcome back to another session with the Book Club of Thinking and Destiny. Let us pay our gratitude to our beloved Guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and Swarnamala Patri ma'am for introducing us to this Swadhyayam. So let us quickly recap about the last week's session. So we are in the second section of the chapter Operation of Law of Thought, which talks about the generation of thought, how it travels in our body. So the general belief is that we have one single mind, but we learned that there are three minds, which are the body mind, feeling mind, and the desire mind. Besides these, there are four more minds, which are reason and rightness of the thinker, the I-ness and selfness of the knower, but which are not available to the doer self. These are only for the knower and thinker self of the triune self. Then most men and women are merely doers. We are all doers. Our feeling and desires are ruled by sensations, and we refuse to be ruled by thinker and knower parts. Hence, we have only few intellectual thoughts, and all the other sexual, emotional, and elemental thoughts take this center stage. A thought is a being. There is an entire system working behind this. It has no size. It has no size in the physical sense, but it is very vast. The power of thought is so enormous and superior. It endures for a long time. It is greater than the whole lifetime of the man who thought of it. So it is so, it endures for a long time. It's interesting to learn that there are more thoughts generated here in this world than the men, animals, plants, and things. So thoughts, there are n number of thoughts, infinite thoughts. We all know that. Thoughts are either conceived, gestated, and born out of the thoughts of the same or another same person or by another person, which are received and entertained and again issued. Triune self has three parts: the psychic part or the doer part. So it is usually it is in the kidneys and adrenals. The mental or the thinker part, it contacts the hearts and the lung. The heart and the lungs. The noetic or the knower part, which contacts the pituitary or the pineal body. Then this section entirely deals with how the physical breath connects the constitution of the triune self, that is the psychic and mental and noetic atmospheres, and also the physical atmosphere, along with the nature organization of the physical body. By means of a breath, there is a current between the human and the corresponding planes and the world and the nature elements. Then comes the process and the generation of the thought. So we learn how the thoughts enter our body. The thoughts of a sexual nature enter through the sex opening. The other kinds having aspects of sensation and excitement, these thoughts enter through navel and pores, and the emotional thoughts enter through the openings in the breast. Intellectual thoughts enter from within or without. So they usually, if they come from without, they enter through the openings in the head. Same way, even within also, they generate in the head. So entire process of thoughts entering via various gates and how they travel within the body, via the blood streams and the nervous system, all those things is just detailedly explained in the chapter. And then how they create the feeling and desire. So seat of feeling is in the kidneys, and the seat of the desire has its center in the adrenals. Then we moved on to what kind of elements enter and the length of their stay. It all depends on one's thinking. They leave the body when it is when it becomes too crowded, or when the thinking is shut down. Till then, the elementals and the thought, they work in the body. So by whatever gate the elementals enter, they cannot go farther than the adrenals. But when the thoughts are from the others, when we receive the thoughts from the others, they go beyond the adrenals and they enter the heart. And because they have the light of intelligence in them, thought of one's own return to him from time to time. So it is always when the thought is released, it is there in the mental atmosphere around him. So they try to come back again and again. So this was the brief what we learned in the previous week. Now comes the course of the thought towards its exterioration. So let us ask Prasanna to take us through this topic. Thank you so much, Prasanna. Hope your system is ready now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, ready.
Okay, thank you. Please take over.
Thank you, Deepika, for giving us a very brief and yet covered all the points that we have discussed in the last class. So it is like we never know that the thoughts are entering into the different parts and how they will be actually traveling in our body, right? We know that how food is traveling, how the digestive system is working, but we never think of like how the thoughts are traveling in our body, where we can stop those thoughts with a logical thinking and reasoning. Wonderfully given wisdom by Percival in the last chapter. And today really I have a very mystic experience while I'm preparing for this session. I'll share at the end of the session. I was so delighted, and I can feel I was enlightened with the experience that I have.
Wow.
I'll explain because I was so happy with the experience.
Can't wait to hear from you then.
yeah. At the end of the session, I'll share. And let us, before that, we will go with the course of exteriorization of the thoughts, right? How the thoughts are exteriorizing in reality, right? So now we are thinking that how the thoughts are entering, but how the thoughts are exteriorizing. The law here, if you think, the law of physical things tend to becoming objects or events, whatever the event that is happening in our life or object in this physical plane are nothing but our thoughts. Okay, as I told you, if I got these AirPods in our hand, AirPods, how does these AirPods came into the picture? Somebody thought of it, we should have some wireless communication, right? Somebody has a thought that we should have so he worked through the technology, and somehow that came into that. So similarly, whatever the technology items we are using or whatever the furniture we are using, everything is a exteriorization of a one's thought. When those becomes a thought, the events in our life, everything is also it's a vitality, whatever that things that is happening, it is the thing. How each and every thought is going to be becoming a physical object, it all depends upon your vitality of the thoughts, how strong you are actually believing, or how strong you are doing it. Some of the thoughts, your lack of vitality. Suppose you are saying that, okay, hey, good morning, how are you? Whenever you saw somebody. So is there any thought in that? You're just saying that, okay, because you're just saying as a social gesture. So some of the things will not have any vitality towards the physical plane. So that will not have. Suppose with the same thing, suppose when some other person is saying, hey Deepika, how are you doing today? You've explained very well. So how does it is giving you? So it is giving you some personalization of thing, right? So that gives a kind of like, okay, somebody is actually calling me or calling some, that you'll connect with that universe at the person. So everything that here it is saying, right, this each thought that is returning to the matter is coming from the psychic atmosphere, and those thoughts are exteriorized before they are coming to it, how they are traveling, how the changes are being happening in this world, that today we will see. So every thought will have an aim. So some of the thoughts will not become exteriorized because before they get exteriorized, your thoughts, you are actually changing your thoughts, or you are actually changing your aim, you are changing your purpose. So because of that, your thoughts, whatever the thoughts that is getting generated, they may stop it. So you are refusing the exteriorization, or you are dissipating those thoughts of the exteriorization with your thoughts itself. So because let us take, okay, well I'm doing, well I'm preparing for the exams, let us take, I want to become the top in the class, or top, I want to get the top. Immediately there are so many intelligent people, then I won't get it, because you are actually being negating your thoughts with your thinking itself. We are not actually putting 100% of your effort. Suppose whenever you want to get it something, when you put 100% without any negative thoughts, you will get it definitely. That's what you all might have been experienced. When you want to get something, you will put 100% efforts, and you will get whatever you wanted. But if you put a negative energy to your thoughts itself, those thoughts will not get exteriorized, and you will not get materialized in the physical plane. You will not see. So all kind of thinking. So suppose there are kind of thinking, I'll just sit in my easy chair and sofa, and then think of some wild thinking, like castles in the air, or some fancy things about it, some daydreams. I'm just doing it. So does these daydreams will have any effect in my life? Those are, as I said, those are daydreams. They may not be exteriorized, but that atmosphere that you are creating, right, that will have effect on your thinking. Whatever the daydreaming that you are doing, that atmosphere you are creating, your mental sphere. You are creating some kind of atmosphere. Suppose that daydreaming could be a very fancy, happy going daydream, that will have, okay, why not I do it? What are the steps that I can to reach over there? Why can't I do it? So like this, if they start doing it, if they start working on it, one day they may become real. So definitely, suppose if the daydreaming is having all the negative, that may happen, this may happen, all the negative things, then those negative things only will have, the negative energy will have in your atmosphere. So always create a positive atmosphere, an exciting atmosphere, so that you will have that kind of good atmosphere to think. So your thoughts will be very positive. You can observe in a day-to-day life, when you are with the positive people, your energy is a different, because you are thinking in a different way. Suppose whenever in the Friday, whenever I have to come to the class, I won't take any other calls. Since in afternoon, I'll say that, hey man, I have a class, I have to prepare. So means I'm actually putting all my energy in reading and understanding this book, right? So I'm in the positive way, learning something new. So similarly, so I'm not actually keeping, even if suppose if I don't understand anything, I may take some of the calls which I can discuss, through to whom I can discuss these points and get some knowledge in it. So I'm creating a positive atmosphere kind of thing. So instead of that, what I may talk some gossip, or I may talk something else which is not going to helpful. So create some atmosphere which is useful for your thinking. Everything, remember, everything, whatever that is in the physical plane, is nothing but exteriorization of your thought. If it is in your life, it is your thought. If anything else in the world is also the exteriorization of any one of the thought, any one person's thought only, everything comes. The thought going through certain course. That the moment I thought I should become a president of this country, I will not. Barack Obama, no, the moment he thought that he want to become a president of USA, he didn't become all the day. He just dreamt of it. He worked through it. Through years, he became the president. So he has created that thought. That thought going into the atmosphere, and he persistently working towards his goal, and he is giving that positive energy to that particular thing, and then he became the president. So now also Joe Biden, how many years that he was in the politics before he became the president, right? So all these things persistently, anything persistently, if you become, I just remember the thought. That's why the president example I gave. But any example if you take in your life also, when you give a positive energy, even in the meditation, people will say visualize whatever you want to become. Visualize, you will become that. So that is what he is. That's visualizing is nothing but you are generating a thought. You are giving a positive energy to your thought. Then those thoughts will come into, they will exteriorize and they will come into your life. Thoughts are conceived. Where the thoughts are conceived? The thoughts are conceived in the heart. That is the light plane of the life world. So in our life world, the light plane, they are conceived and they are born, issued from the brain. Through the brain, through heart it conceived, through they are born and issued through the brain. That is the light plane of the light world. So brain is light plane of the light world. So thoughts have 4 factors. Any thought has a 4 factors. That is aim. What is the aim? The plan, the design, and the effect. These are the 4 things. See here, the Percival, anything you take it, mind you take it, he'll divide into 3. So body mind, feeling mind, desire mind kind of thing, right? So similarly, the thought has a 4 sections: the aim, the plan, the design, and effect. So all the 4 together is the one thought. So without all these things, if you just, as I told you, for just casually giving hi, hey, how are you? You don't have put all these things. But if I say that if a particular person, I call them intentionally, how I wanted to know how my friend is doing, there is an aim, because within that I have a feeling that I wanted to talk to my friend. I wanted to know how she is doing actually. So there is an aim, and I have a plan. I make some time for her, and I just dial the phone and then call. And the effect is that she or me feeling happy that she is doing good or something. So that is the kind of any thought that you are doing, that should be having aim, plan, design, and effect. So all the 4 things will be there. The design, so with all the 4 things, there is a one unknowing factor, that is a balancing factor will also be there. So because you may be thinking, the moment I say all these 4 should be there, I'm saying that everything that is extra is a thought, and thought has 4 things. I never thought of it, I never planned for it, but still this pain came to my life. Every one of us will tell that, right? So that is the underlying factor, is balancing factor. The balancing factor plays an invisible role. So we will come through what is that balancing factor. We will come today. So here a thought issues as a thought, but still it is far from the physical thing. A thought issued as a thought, but physical exteriorization, it is very far. So it is that intelligent side, we are just giving a thought. So that has to come to a feeling and desire. One thought it comes. Suppose I want to become a president. So I'm just thinking Barack Obama thought that day. So that is just the thought he issued. But that should, to exteriorize that, he has to become a feeling and desire. It has to come to the feeling. He has to feel it. He has to desire. He has to have a strong desire to become a president, so that he can work through it. So that anything that you want to become, you have to have a work through it. Then only you will be able to do it. The degrees of whatever the degrees, how much degrees of light intelligence that you are using on that particular thought, then that light matter will become the nature matter. So nature matter of this 4 worlds, whatever those 4 worlds that we saw, right? So light world, life world, and all those things. So it will become the nature matter with the clothes in the sense, with the physical things. It will come to the physical plane. So with the clothes, why I used anything, it become an event or an object, then only we experience that the thought has materialized. Otherwise, we will not feel that the thought has materialized, right? So when it has a potential clothing and the thought come to the physical plane, then we see that yes, thought has got materialized. A thought tends to carry out a potential design. Every thought tends to carry out a potential design within it. Every thought will have, and it has it issues a point and carries out with its eventually balance it. So it carries that thought, and somewhere the balancing factor related to the consciousness, coincidence, and everything, the man's knowledge, everything will become. So to become a thought, you should wait for its own turn. You should it may go beyond control, but it have to carry it out throughout these planes, and before it comes to it, it has to wait in this radiant state before it comes to the physical plane, because the thought has to have some certain time, certain plan, then only the thought will be exteriorized. The exteriorization of the design is one thing, and the exteriorization of thought as a whole is another thing. So design is one thing, the thought should become one. So what he knows is the right because it is right, without attachment of the results to its actions. Exactly, this is the points where I'm studying and struggling, going back and forth, because this is a point I've just underlined here. When he knows to be right, remember that. If you are remembering anything, just let me know, because the experience is here, the what I got it. So I'm just repeating the sentences that is there by the Percival. What he knows to be right because it is right, without attachment to the results of his actions. It is also the case in trivial affairs where conscience does not warn against the thought or action. Okay, so in this, what he is trying to tell is, if you just go back to our Bhagavad Gita, those who are actually experiencing, those who are studying the Bhagavad Gita, there is a one sloka in Bhagavad Gita of second chapter, Karmanye Vadhikariste ma phaleshu kadachan. So you all know that the same thing. What does he say? You have to do your duties, but you should not expect the results. You should be unattached to your results. What he is also saying is, whatever the thought you are thinking, it has some results. If you start attaching to your thoughts, then what it will give? If you are doing a positive thought, if it is giving an impact, positive impact on 10 people, then you are thinking that I made some impact on all these 10 people. What will happen? I'll get some good karma, some good effort, so that I'm attaching to that results, because I'm feeling that I'm doing that. Suppose if I do some harm, I took some harm kind of action. So because of that, there are 10 people who got suffered because of that action. There also I'm feeling, yes, I did it. Okay, what will happen? So that whatever the 10 people, whoever got suffered, that action I have to take it. Suppose if you are doing both positive and negative action also, you are doing as a part of your duty. If you are doing just as a part of your duty, you are not taking any of the things. So this came to me, I have to do this. What does that Krishna says to Arjuna in the Kurukshetra? What does he say? You don't worry about the results. You just do the battle, because you as a justice you have to do, and you have to win this, because he said, Arjuna is saying that no, I don't want any of the kingdom or anything. I don't want to kill these people because I will get bad karma. He said, no, when it is the duty is there, you have to do it. Then you will not still unattached. So exactly the same things Percival is trying to say the same here. So unattach the thoughts. The thoughts, just do it. But if you are attaching the thoughts results, because some results are coming exteriorizing, and the results are coming because of me. If all the things, if I take, so let us take, I came here because Patricia tell that, okay, you can do this book, and I started doing it. Let us take. So somebody got inspired from this one, and they may say, they'll send a message, okay, because after your session, I went and read the book, and I feel so blessed. Then what should I think? Okay, that has to come to them, so it came. That's all. Through me it came. It is not that I did something to them, because everything should has to exteriorize through somebody or someone. The other day I'm listening to one of the um, Vamsi Krishna sir's lecture, I guess. So he is saying that if you want to talk to the God, and if the God came in the form itself, then he's talking about Shirdi Sai Baba. If you want to talk to Shirdi Sai Baba, and if he came in that form, do you believe it? Really, we don't believe. We'll say that, okay, go, kind of thing, right? So only through somebody, if somebody came and tell, then only you may have some impact. So similarly, you be unattached of the results. Don't without attachment of the results or action. That's what he's saying. Then you will know that it is a right. Whenever you are doing right, you will say it is a right. The other day, in one of my other actions, I'm doing something. There are some 10 people, 8 people are agree with it, and 2 people doesn't like it. They started backfiring on me. So I have only one thought. I'm doing for the sake of good for the others. So if the 2 people doesn't like it, doesn't matter to me. Okay, they will get to know whenever they want to know it. I just keep continue doing it. That kind of thing, right? Not I should not get because 8 people has liking it, and because I'm doing great. That kind of nature also I should not do it. Because I like to do this, do it. Don't attach yourself with the results. Some people are not liking it. It is their problem. It is not your problem. As long as your consciousness is permitting, saying that what you are doing is right, that you are answerable to your knower, you are answerable to your thinker, not to the other person. If your thinker is saying that you are in the right direction, if your knower is saying that go ahead, just follow and do that, do your part. If there is any doubt in the thinker part, then stop. That is what he is explaining. But whenever you are doing it, so that particular thing, when you are unattached of the results and all, you yourself got to know, you will get that blissfulness, you will get that very happy feeling, that kind of thing, right? So that's what Percival is also saying. Someone as a exteriorization, the whole thought exteriorize itself. Some of the things are balancing, comes to the exteriorization to balance your doer part. So because those thoughts I never thought, but it came. So the thing is, in the own past, in our own past lives or past things, we must have done something. We must have, today I'm thinking of something and I forgot it, and I gave some energy, all the things, and I may forget it, and it may come and exteriorize after 10 years. It may take its own course. Or some of the things I want to become something and I didn't become now. So that thing is there within me. The same thoughts will come and exteriorize in my next life also, because again, still I'm continue to give the things. So it may be good or bad, whatever the thoughts you are doing. If it is not coming this life, it may come to the coming life. So it will still stay with you. That I is not dying. That self is not dying. That self is taking its own turns. You have to learn. You have to do whatever your law and justice you have to fulfill. Then only it will come. So the doer, whatever the thought which is sent to the nature, will come back to the doer. That's what you have to remember. If you send all good thoughts to the nature, those good thoughts will come back to you definitely. If not this life, next life. If why this life it is not coming, because that he'll explains in the later sections, why this is not coming, some of the thoughts, because you already have some bag of the thoughts that it has to come to this life. So in that queue, it is not exteriorizing. It is not that it won't exteriorize, it will exteriorize. That's what he is saying. A thought is abrogated, it ceases to exist and is balanced. A human balances a thought when he performs a duty willingly and intelligently without attachment of the results. Same point is again and again saying, you have to do your thing willingly and intelligently, but you should not expect any results. Thought are the method by which he balances it, nevertheless is balanced by him. If you are not balancing it, that's a problem. A knower and a thinker of your triune self. Everybody has a 3 people: doer, thinker, knower. Now, knower and thinker of your triune self is always ready to give a right direction. They will say all the time, whenever you started work, as I told you, the thought will stop at the hurt and will look for the reasoning, will look for the righteousness. That is where the knower part and the thinker part will come. No, this is not right. Yes, go ahead and do it. So this kind of direction you will get within yourself. You have that kind of intelligence. So the thought, if you pass it and give it without listening to your mind, if you can listen to your intellect, then you will be able to go in the right direction. If you let go of the thought and you are not doing it, that's where you have to balance it later. Okay. Some of the events will exteriorize by the design, followed by some long periods. So here he is saying that there is some kind of like volcanoes or some kind of like tornadoes, some natural events will occur, right? So those people, here they are saying those people who have to balance their life, balance their karmic bondage or anything. So those people will come at certain point in time, they all comes to the one place, because they have there is some force within them will push them to that particular place, because their thoughts need to be balanced, their design has to be balanced. That is why even though there are 100 people at one place, a big accident would have happened. Out of 100, all the 90 people or 95 people may get affected, but the 5 people will come out safely without having anything. You must have heard all these things, because they are not supposed to be in that particular place, but still they were there, because they do not have that karmic bondage, that to balance their thoughts, they should not get suffered there. So they will come safely out of that, even though they were there. Even though you should not be there, you will be pushed, you will be pulled into that particular stage, because your thoughts should get balanced. So even those conditions, natural calamities, are also the conditions and opportunities to balance your thoughts, the previous thoughts. You will go there, so because that energy will pull you there. Sometimes you feel you will do something wrong, and you say, I don't know what happened to my mind that time, I did that. Immediately you may be able to realizing it, but the thing is, that time your some energy, unknowing force is making you to do that, because your thoughts has to be balanced. The energy is automatically will be given in order to balance the thought. A thought is the part of the man who issued it. Any thought that you give, it is a part of you. You issued to the nature, but that's a part of you. It is your responsibility to balance it. Now, we all should understand that we should never release a thought. Forget about action. You should never release a thought which is a negative. It could be a jealous, it could be a harmful by words to anybody. It should be angry. In anger, you should not release any of the thoughts, because the thought you release belongs to you. Suppose if you say that I hard earned money, this is my hard earned money, how many people will say? We all will say, right? So because when we work and we get it, we are saying hard earned money, but the thoughts we are releasing, is it not hard earned? If you are because you are not actually paying any attention, but those thoughts are also yours. Like the money is yours, the thoughts are also yours. When you can grab your money, you can spend whatever the way you like. The thoughts are also yours, and you have to balance it out. If those thoughts will come and exteriorize, so you have to cancel those thoughts by doing the things, or you have to change your aim. Or suppose you think something bad, no, that is not right. You have to cancel your thought. You should not give the energy to that thought. What will happen? Like last time I told you, when the thought is coming to the kidneys and adrenals, and it is coming to the heart, and it is actually righteousness and reasoning, it is coming. If you cannot stop it there, what is going? It is going through blood vessels, it is going to the whole body. Once you are giving that energy to the same thought and again, it is becoming your nature. Some of the people will behave like as if they know everything. Okay, whatever the other people say, no, this is right, they will say, because they have developed a habit of saying that I am right, I know everything, that kind of thing. So those people, what is happening, they are actually putting the wall to themselves to learn the new things. They are not able to learn, they are not able to accept the things, right? So that is not the thing. So your thoughts are the one which is making an atmosphere around you. So you always remember, releasing a good thoughts and accepting a good thoughts. Don't accept the negative thoughts. Always remember the Buddha story. The Buddha, when he is going, somebody is coming and actually giving all the things. He said, okay, wait, I'll come in the evening and I'll take all your scoldings. So he said, and he went. So he didn't actually wait, he didn't react or anything, he just went. So while you are accepting the thoughts also, be wise. While you are releasing the thoughts also, be wise. Bring your knower, bring your thinker into the picture. Don't just go by emotions. Don't just go by the doer. If you are going by doer, you may be with the instantaneous emotions, you may be acting, which is not going to help us. Okay, friends. So always bring your thinker into the part, whatever the way that you are doing, bring your thinker, bring your knower part, then you will be able to do well in any part of the life. So you bring that matter, whenever you are bring that light into your thought. Light in the sense, bring that intelligent into your thoughts. That intelligence will guide. That intelligence will guide your thoughts. That intelligence will bring you the things. So how many here, if you remember, right? So how many ways? So here there are three parts: the knower part, which is always the I-ness; the thinker part, which is the reason and righteousness; the doer part is desire and feeling. So always you will have desire and feeling, but with the desire, with the feeling, if you are going, you are actually missing the righteousness. So bring your thinker part. So one or bring your reasoning part. Then go to the, then if you are actually practicing that, then you will go to that I-ness. I-ness is nothing but the self. That's know yourself, right? That is the one which you are going to. Once you go there, then you will be good. So the seven minds, what we are having the seven minds. That's what he is saying. So what are those seven minds? So the top four minds are the mind of selfness, the mind of I-ness, the mind of reason, and the mind of righteousness. These are not available to the doer. These four minds are not available to the doer in the body. So if you are going to the only mere doer part, whatever you feel like if you are doing, you are not getting these four minds. What is the doer mind? The mind of desire, the mind of feeling, and the body mind. The mind of senses. Only these things. If you are going by, hey, I want to eat sweet, go and eat sweet. That's, you are going by senses. Okay, yeah, I want to get that, I want to get this, I want to go there, I want to see. So these are all the things that is actually desire and feeling. I want to have a car, already have a car, but I wanted to have the different car. So you are going by your just desire, feeling, and senses. These are the things every one of us are doing mostly. But whenever we are doing anything, whenever some feeling comes to our mind, go to a bit higher. Reason, righteousness. Is it right to have? I already have some car. I already can use it for my travel. Why I should have it? Why? Is it? Why can't I use it something very useful than this? Something who is very needy than this? Why can't I use it? What is that I'm looking for? So just if you think of, right, why we are looking for another car when you are already having a good conditioning car? Because somebody else have it, or somebody you wanted to show off to somebody else that, okay, I have a luxury car kind of thing. So these things you have to stop it. So you have to go in that direction. So righteousness and reasoning. Okay, whenever you go to that righteousness, I may be giving a just a vague example, but every task you will have that righteousness and reasoning. Before I talk to somebody, right? Before I release a thought or release a word, if I go to a bit of thinking, if I stop and thinking, then you will not, just like that, you will not utter a word. You are not taking that pulse. We are just going with the feeling, desire, and senses part. If you just go beyond that, just think of reasoning and righteousness mind, which is there within you, and then someday you may go to the I-ness and self. That is actually the oneness part, right? There you can go it. But before that, but right now at least, don't go merely with the senses, feeling, desire. Go with the righteousness and reasoning part, which is available with your thinker mind. Okay. The term descends. So here the thought is descending, right? The thought is descending. Where it is descending? From where it is going, from where it is descending. You don't think that here is a human mind, here is a noetic, here is a life, here is a light, not like one after the other. What he is saying is all these worlds, light world, life world, every world is mixing, is intermingling in the human body itself. You have intelligence, you have thinker part, you have a doer part. Everybody is there within you. Only thing is, all the worlds are mingled within you. Descendant means it is not descending from the one world to the another, or it is not coming from upside to the down or anything. All the different kinds of matter is there within the human body. Only thing is which part you are tapping. Which part you are tapping. Like you say, right? I'll relate with this. Every one of our body has a cancer cells. Do you agree? So every one of us body is a cancer cells. But why some of the people are getting cancer and some of the people are not? The reason is to which cells you are feeding. Whenever you are taking a food, whether you are feeding to the good cells or whether you are feeding to the cancer cells. If you are feeding to the good cells, the cancer one will not come. If you are feeding to the cancer cells, the cancer will come. So which cells you are feeding? Similarly here also, which part? Everybody, you have doer part, you have thinker part, you have knower part. Which part you are feeding? Your thoughts. So that part will get activated. If you are feeling, every day you are feeling, feeding for feeling and desire, then that comes. Every day you are feeling for, oh, I am a food lover. I can't stop it. The persons who are saying, what does that mean? They are feeding to their senses, not to their mind, not to their thinker part. So stop that kind of mind, feeling, desire, and senses part. So slowly try to reduce that and go to that thinker part. From the light plane, if you want to start it, focus on your thinker part, and then you'll be able to do that. Then thought enters into the body or bodies. So whenever you are actually doing that, those thoughts will enter and they will exteriorize in a good way. So because then you can, because you are not actually doing, or you are not, you won't do the 60,000, 70,000 thoughts. You will try to reduce it automatically. When you want to do that righteousness, the reasoning for every thought, you will not do all kinds of things in your thoughts. You will very happily, you will think, because your thoughts will also get reduced, and you will have a quality thoughts in your life. The thoughts once concerned are, suppose eating or a smelling or a sex, it goes to the below abdominal or a pelvic section and receives the matter, and it will close. So that's where the thoughts will exteriorize and become, then it will become an object or an event. That's what he's saying. Whatever you are harvesting, now you are seeding. So previously you have seeded. That's what he is explaining, that whatever is coming, it is just nothing but the seed that you planted that seed somewhere, that it took some time to harvest. Sowing to harvesting time it is taking. So the thoughts are important. The thoughts are nothing but the seeds, and the harvest, you have to face it. Even he explains that the farmers who are dying because of those things, all those things, we see that in the Indian scenario. But Percival, he wrote all those thoughts are also in some lifetime they did some wrong thoughts. Because of that, they feel that hunger, and they will die or something. That is what he is saying. But well, they are committing a suicide and all. It is not that their design is not for committing a suicide. Design is that they wanted to experience that hunger feeling, because they might have done something harm to the people, and other people have died because of the hunger. And when they are designing their part, they thought that I should understand what is that feeling of hunger. They need to understand that. That's what their design is. So but they have to get through that in this lifetime. When they come to that experience, yes, this is the life, I have to understand some lesson from it, I have to grow out of it. Then whenever you feel that, you'll not commit suicide. Committing suicide is not your design. Committing suicide is a very, very wrong thing in the spiritual world, because you are wasting a one human body. That is anything. The biggest crime in the spiritual world is committing a suicide, because human body will not come just like that. You should feel gratitude that you came to this world with a human body, and you have to do your duties. You have to do all your actions without expecting anything. You have to learn whatever the things that you are expected to learn. If it is not, you are coming and going, you are not learning anything, you are wasting that life. And if you are committing suicide, that's the biggest crime. You are not even fulfilling your fully experiencing your life. So the balancing factor comes into the picture, and like next life you have to balance all the mistakes that you have done or all the good things you have done, both the things. So if you are attached to the results, you have to have that those things exteriorize, and you have to have that the things that that is there in your life. So everything, you have to wait for a long time, the circumstances to come and suitable experiences to come in your life. So here, everything is a manifestation. That is what we are saying. So these manifestation, whenever we are doing, it is coming because you have to learn certain things. This is where you are listening to any other book also. Any situation, it is coming to you, which means that you wanted to learn something. So in order to teach you that, every situation will come to you. If that situation is coming again and again and again to you, which means that you have to learn something. If you are not learning something, that situation again comes. So you have to, whenever something is coming in your life, again, suppose let us take a friend cheated you. Okay. Another friend came and cheated you. Another friend came and cheated you on something. So that means that you have to learn somewhere. I am very good. Everybody is cheating me. Why they are doing that? We feel that. Many of us might feel that. The thing is that out of that cheating experience, you have to learn something, and you have to make a point, to draw a point where you have to do and where you should. That point to learn, right? That particular situation is coming. If you are not learning, then it will come again. So you always remember, any situation that comes, you have to learn. So what he is saying is, you must have heard the quote, right? The foolish people only learn from their own experience. Do you heard that? Foolish people only learn from their own experience. The wise people learn from others' experience. Okay. So when sorry, the foolish people won't learn from the experience. So the other wise people learn from the others' experience. Now, normal people learn from our own experience, whereas foolish people will not even learn from the experience. So those foolish people only, the experience will come again and again, because you are not learning that particular thing. So that's why what he is saying is, learn the incidents around you. Not only observe the incidents around you, be awareness. Suppose something happened to your friend, somebody cheated to your friend, or something happened to your friend because of the thoughts she or he made it, then you have to analyze that situation. You have to analyze in your mind, and what made that. So what they should learn. So don't go and preach. From that incident, you learn something. Whatever that she or he has to learn, they will learn their own course. But from that incident, what they should learn, you just take it. Okay. That is why I'll say, no person will come in your life just like that. If some people come and teach you good lessons, some people come and teach you an experiences, that you should not be like that. Either you should be like that, or you should not be like that. Two things they will come and teach you. So every person came to teach you something, and they are purposefully came to our life. That's what you have to remember. Every person came in our life for a purpose, and they are fulfilling their purpose and going. So don't blame anybody. They came for some purpose. Just accept it. Okay. So then so there are some of the thoughts you feel that unresponsive, the unresponsiveness of the physical matter. So the thought is not coming, exteriorizing. It is becoming very difficulty, because the balancing factor is causing. So in the balancing factor, you are working for. So there are when I started like a couple of years back, he is saying that I heard the Louis Hay meditation, and I'm doing so much hard. What is that you are doing? What is that you are actually trying to exteriorize? He's saying that I want to earn a big amount of money. I'm trying so much hard, but it's not coming. So the balancing factor will also be there, right? So however hard you are trying in your life, you have to experience certain things. Then that factor may not be exteriorizing it. So you have to learn the things, and then only the things, whatever the facts. Suppose you are in the poor, and you are actually trying to earn money and do something, but in that poverty line, when you are there, what is the lesson that you have to learn? If you learn, then you can come out of it. If as I told you, if a friend is actually saying something again and again, she came to teach me something. She came to teach how to let go. If I am actually doing again and again, she told this again and again, what will happen? Actually, my mind is going bad. I'm not learning what. Suppose if I know, okay, people are different. In this world, all the people are different. It is not that everybody should accept me. Some people will accept, some people will reject. As long as my consciousness says what I'm doing is right, let's just go and do it. As once you learn that lesson, then those incidents will not repeat in your life. Those things will go away. So that is what he is saying. There are some difficulties to be adjusted before exteriorization takes place. So always there should be 4 factors. Again, he is saying 4 factors. Any thought should come exteriorize. There should be 4: time, condition, place, and human body. Which human body? Those things will. You should be in that matrix. Correct time, correct condition, correct place, and correct person. So then only those thoughts, because I don't design that I will live in a lavish life. I didn't design my life. But after coming to this life, because by seeing everybody in the society, I want to have great things, and I'm just, because that is not my design. It won't come, because my design is something else that I want to fulfill in this life. Suppose, or I'm thinking that there could be the other way around. So yeah, I experienced, or I did something like, okay, if I have money, I can do these many things in the next life. So that is what I designed. I have money because that is what my design, right? I have money and I exteriorized the thoughts and I got the money, but I didn't do what I expected. So I thought that, okay, I want to help so many people if I have money. But next life you got money, but you forget everything. You are fully enjoying with the luxuries and going up. Then also your thoughts, you are actually baggaging up so many things. So time, factor, condition, place, everything is a these four factors. Sorry, time, condition, place, and human body. These are the metrics that should be there in order to become the thought should be exterior. So it may be appear, whatever the thought you make it may appear now, it may exteriorize now, or it may be exteriorizing the future, but there is this visibility. In the world, every thought will have a result. Every thought will have a result. When and where you have to, that four factors should come into the picture at the same time, then only the thought will exteriorize. So that is a result of your desire action. So how well you are actually desiring, how well you are actually want that particular result, that also depends. When exteriorization of these thought are connected to the physical, psychic, mental, and noetic, so these are the different planes, right? When all these planes are coming together, then your results are eventually coming to the physical act. When everything that is coming, your results will be come, and they will come. The law determine the physical results. When it is there in your law, so when it is there in your life plan, it will come, because you are also desiring it. You have to work for it. It is not that you have to work, or you have to do that proper diligence, that what you are supposed to do it. So there are some of the people, I want money only after I just hard work. That is what we believe it, right? Only with the hard work only you'll get it. Then only if you do hard work only you will get it. No, I don't want to do any hard work. If I am a righteous person, if I am a reasoning, logically working, and whatever that money I'm using, and then whatever the extra money I'm helping others, it will come. You are actually doing that. That is also a manifestation, and you will be getting it. The only thing is what you believe it, what you are to working towards it. So that's how it will come. That's what it's saying. The law of thought works through everybody. The results are interest here are produced under the physical laws and purpose of making a generator. Whatever that you are making, whatever the purpose you are making, it will come. Making him learn a lesson. So whatever the purpose it is coming, or whatever the exterior, it will also make you to have some certain lesson. It will give you certain knowledge. When something happened, it will give you a certain knowledge. So all the things, these physical results will happen in conjunction with the time, place, conditions, and it has to mature to a particular person, to a particular human being. Then these reasonably, all these conditions are occurs as a appearance. All these things occurs as an event, or occurs as an object. So everything, it comes to the physical plane when all these four conditions were met. The intention of the person who does the act usually further interest and the particular manner. So the intentions are very important. That's what he is saying. The doer in the body is the one who is actually is having the desire for justice. Intimate idea of that particular doer is very important. And here he is giving, there are savages in the world. Like now, whatever that is going, the Putin in the Russia, or the Hitler in the German previously. So all these are people, right? If you take that, so they did so many things. So their thoughts also got exteriorized. Right? Why? These savages' thoughts are also got exteriorized. There are so many people are suffering. Why? Because they also, without of some frustration, something, they release the thoughts. So those thoughts are also getting exteriorized, and that is their vision. They wanted to see the fighting of the country. So that's why he is saying there are so many examples he gave, like France and some war, and also Mexico and Peru, under the control of the Spanish. All these things were also the exteriorization of the thoughts, because somebody want to have it's a right or wrong thought. It doesn't matter, right or wrong thought. Whatever the thought that they made, they got exteriorized. So is it not bad? It is a bad for the people, but those people also, there is some design is there that they have to, they did something. And what about these Hitler people? So they will also get their own cycle, their own cycle of the effect, because they have to balance their thoughts and they will suffer. That's what the later. So this is what the exteriorization of the thoughts. A man has to balance his thoughts for an instant, whether so until and unless a man has balanced his thoughts, his life cycle of birth and death will not close. If you want to balance your thoughts, if you want to reduce your number of lifetimes, the best thing that we have to do is, only thing is, this is the karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan, whatever the Sri Krishna says, just to do your action. Do not expect any result. So why I'm repeating this this sloka again and again, now I'll tell you, because I was end of the section 3. Now I'll tell you the reason is, when I'm actually going back and forth, what is that he is trying to say? I didn't follow that. I'm reading and again going back, reading and going back. So everybody will have an experience, or previously I have an experience when I'm in the deep meditation. Okay, when I'm deep meditation, I have some mystic experiences. Everybody must have had that. You saw somebody, I saw Baba, or I saw somebody, some mystic experiences you saw. But the moment I'm reading that, going back and forth, somebody is reading this sloka, someone in the screen. I really enjoy that feeling, right? What is this? Why all of a sudden this sloka is coming? Why that sound is coming to me? I didn't, because I'm totally in my senses. I didn't close my eyes or anything. So here we have to understand two things. One, meditation is not just closing the eyes. Meditation is completely keeping your 100% focus on something. So I didn't bother about anything, because Friday afternoon, I'll not have any other thing in my mind, only thinking on destiny, how well I can deliver this class. That is only, I'll put my 100% here to give my best of me. I'm not saying the best I'm giving best of me that I can deliver, right? So I keep my 100% results. Whenever you keep 100% results, I am still feeling that vibes, right? Why that coming? Really, I was not even, because now I am reading this full sloka, but I was not a person that I know this sloka before completely. I just heard a couple of times in other classes, but I don't know completely. But when I heard that again and again, I just listening. Then I went and say, what is this sloka? Let me say. When I read that again and read that, I completely correlated. So what Percival is trying to say is nothing but what is there in Bhagavad Gita. And I was just completely in that mystic experience. I was closing my eyes and I'm just feeling that bliss, right? So somebody is giving me that knowledge. If you guys remember, I don't know whether that person is there here or not. In the last class, somebody came and they started like saying that whatever the Prasanna ma'am is saying is wrong. I don't get offended or get hurt what he is saying. The reason is, whatever I'm saying is not me here, first thing. Second thing, we should have, remember, we always, like Indians, right? We all had a pride about our culture, pride about our scriptures. I totally agree. But the thing is, at the same time, Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, those people who believe it, you can feel it. I'm not saying they are wrong. But the thing is, there are so many people who don't believe them. Oh, those are epics somewhere. We don't know whether they happened or not, isn't it? But the same thing, somebody 100 years back, some man in this world, in this same city, New York City that he is there, he experienced it. He had that visions. How come he is saying the same thing that is there in Bhagavad Gita in a different? Don't try to say that, oh, we are great and this man is not. We see that, because when I closed that one, the same thoughts came to my mind. See that oneness. All these thoughts, when I closed and I'm trying to enjoy that bliss, that is the came. Try to see what he is saying. Don't compare yourself, that Englishman, what he does, what he know, because we know so much. We know Bhagavad Gita. We know, yeah, definitely all these scriptures are having a vast knowledge, but we are not going there. That is why it came to the thinking and destiny. So this is the experience. I don't know whether I'm able to express because that bliss, what I experienced, I cannot explain in words. That's what I can say. These are the things. That's how whenever you are doing anything, 100% giving your effort, definitely you will be able to experience that bliss. So keep anything, whenever you are doing that thing, keep your 100% and enjoy. Keep doing it. Thank you for an opportunity to share with you.
Wonderful, awesome. That's amazing, Prasanna garu, that you had that mystic experience. Thank you for sharing with us. When you are saying now, when I'm thanking you, goosebumps are coming to me. Like it's so beautiful, so wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is true. What you say is 100% true. That you don't have to, believe anything. Everything is same. It
Yes.
is what the matter, like what we get the summary or the what is the message out of it. That is what we need to take. It's not that who is giving or how it is
Yes,
coming. It
exactly.
doesn't matter. Fantastic. Thank you so much. So friends, feel free to unmute if you want to ask anything, if you want to share. Please unmute yourself, or you can raise your hands. We can unmute. Wonderful. So here, I just wanted to ask you, Prasanna, when you said if any other person also has any experience, you just analyze and learn from their experience. You said right in your just now. So, but when I heard Patricia says don't analyze experiences. It's just for the sake of experience. Just go through it.
Patri sir says the experiences of the other people, you just listen. That is okay. Suppose, I'll take an example. My friend, one of my friend, so she had a bad experience when she went and tried to help the people. Let us take, or she went and tried to help somebody, and she is helping all the people, but they are taking the advantage of her. Let us take advantage of her because she is helping, and they are just taking advantage, and they are just cheating on her or something. So in that case, what you have to understand is, suppose if she comes and tell this is what is happening, so whenever you are trying to help others, you should also see whether the other person is a right person to help or not. You should take care of that also. Not that I am doing good, so I'm just giving. Suppose you are giving some money to some people. If the other person is not using for the righteous purpose, and if they are doing for the wrong things, so whatever the bad that they are doing also may come to you, a part of it, because you are the reason for it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to take that kind of experiences. That's what I mean. Not the experiences that you had in the thing. Suppose I told you that mystic experience today, I feel so blissful. Out of that, what you can take it experience. Anything that you do 100%, the universe will come and help you. Sirisha gar, if she is there, she's not there, she knows how hesitant I was to take this book up. Almost 8 months or 7 months I took. 3 times Patricia reminded, you have to tell this book, madam, because you are capable. He is keep on reminding, but I am not ready to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm feeling that I am doing it. I had that. So at one point I had decided, no, I'm not doing this book. So whatever it comes to my mind, whatever that day, whatever the understanding it comes, I will deliver. I took that, what is that ego, right? I can do it, I cannot do it. Both are egoistic. I'm not actually expecting any result. Whatever the result I'm expecting out of this class is, I am learning book. Yeah. I am learning the wisdom shared by Parsival. Without the class, I will not put this much effort to understand the book, definitely. Do you agree that without being the organizer of this particular session, do you learn that much,
no.
Deepika?
Yeah, definitely. No. I also 100% agree with this. Otherwise, Even I wouldn't have even ordered this book, because I have to summarize or say something. I'm like, okay, I need to have this book. I need to study. I need to read. So that
Exactly.
is definitely
So
true.
you have to unattach your results. So then you will feel that is what the experiencing, learning from the others' experiencing is that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you so much. I think here everybody is
Anybody?
thanking you in the chat. Thank you, Vijay Garu.
Yeah,
Anybody wants to say?
yeah, I want to say something.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Rajni.
so that is a beautiful experience, Prasanna. I believe that because I had some experiences like that. When you are 100% connected, when you are pure, without any, just a pure consciousness,
Yes.
and yeah, you don't have any evil thoughts or any what is that called, motive to
Ill
do
motives.
something.
Ill motives. Yeah, ill
Yeah,
motives.
motives, no motives, nothing, just pure. I have experienced that when I was planning my trip to India 2 years back. I had nothing. I was just looking for some items on website, whatever I was asking, just looking, they were just coming true to me. It was like, wow. you know uh, yeah, first of all, you need to be like that divine spirit,
Yes.
the God qualities, the nirguna, nothingness. Then
Yes.
you can create things.
Exactly.
But it happens only if you do yogasanas, if you do breath work, and if you do meditation. It doesn't come easily for somebody like me. Maybe some people are born like that, but to me, I was practicing very much, and I just let go of every desire, anything. But whatever I fancy, I just look here and there. Whatever I thought, it just came true without
Exactly.
effortless. Yeah. And so I really believe what happened to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Rajni. And so
Thank
here
you.
we have chat messages. Chandrakala ma'am is saying, thank you for good message from this book. First time I heard about this book. Surya Kala ma'am is saying, every sentence what possible is saying is so wonderful and lot of worth of it. Thoughts are nothing but seeds. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. Good explanation with examples. So thank you so much, Prasanna. Enjoy the bliss. Continue
Yes.
being the bliss, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you so much. I could not agree more, actually, 100%. Like thinker, knower, similar experience from my side also. Like
Please share.
somebody got it. Yeah, I mean, knower part, right? Like uh, somebody got a very good job, and my husband, like, it's kind of like he told, oh, he got a good job. So I said, like, okay. For a moment I was jealous, because even I wanted to be in that particular company. Then immediately I realized why I'm getting jealous. So that's my knower part has come into the picture. And then
Exactly.
immediately I changed the thought. Okay, he could have got this job, like almost he was out on the verge of completing his H1. Why could have he has switched first year itself? He could have saved more money. Like now he's like 1 year to go. So that was one thing I feel like, okay, it's like correcting itself. I mean, it's sometimes
Yeah.
we will get.
Before you exteriorizing those thoughts, right? Before you are actually giving positive and some energy, you just what do you say? You cut off those thoughts. Basically,
Right,
you're not
right.
making them as a thing. So that is what means. You went to the reasoning and righteousness part. You thought
Yeah,
that is it right to feel jealous? Jealous is from our senses, from our feeling and desire, that you want to become that, you wanted to hold that job is your feeling or your desire. So
right.
from there you move to the reasoning and righteousness part. Is it right to feel jealous? The
Right.
moment you are in the reasoning and part, you cut off that thought. So you went to the head and you cut that thought. So you are not harming anyone there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
if
feel
you are
like-
not going that reasoning part, what will happen? You feel continuously feeling jealous about the other person. And if you are feeling continuously, the jealous will become the part of your nature.
Correct. Correct. I will
Some of the
carry
people
that.
you say, right? Yeah, you will carry, because you will feel the jealous in other cases also, which is not required also.
Yeah.
Right? Which is not required also. Suppose there is a small story, right? When you go, there is a rain comes, if you do that yajna or something, they'll say. Everybody just goes like that. Okay. Or everybody, so there is a rain or whatever. So not the rain example. So there says that if you do that thing, so some amritam will come. So everybody is going for that nectar. And
Right.
everybody just like that went, everybody. But one person went with a big bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. One person went with a big bowl. Everybody, they can only take this much. They can drink and come back. But this person got the big bowl and come back. He says that, all others feel jealous about him. But the thing is, he manifested. He believed, he manifested. It will come and I will take to the family. Okay.
Yeah.
The other person did not believe it. So everything is manifestation of your thought, your exteriorization. So the other people are feeling that because they are taking away that. They're jealous because he is not taking away their nectar. He is taking only because he got it, he is able to get it.
Right.
But the same thing, the other person did not take your job. He got it because he manifested it. That's all.
Yeah.
If you go to that reasoning and righteousness part, you can correct yourself. Every one of us, in fact.
Right. Right. Yeah. And one more thing I did not understand from the class is wherever the natural calamities happens, right? You mentioned that thought has to balance. So what do you think that what kind of a thoughts they have? Like natural calamities, it's like a destruction, right? It's like somewhere we have a lava. So what is that balancing part? I did not understand.
Let us take, there are some people who destructed, like whatever the example I take it, Putin or the Hitler or somebody.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did some destruction. They have to balance that out by taking that in so many lifetimes.
Okay.
They have to balance it out. They have to undergo such kind of conditions.
Okay.
They did it in one life. It won't go. It will go so many lifetimes. And that kind of people who has harmed, so they're a reckless driver who drove under because he caused the loss of so many people. He has to take that on him. How many lifetimes he has to do? So everybody, whoever is doing that, has to take again.
Okay.
That is what the balancing, not the thing. Okay.
Twin
That's
towers.
why if that is
Twin
not
towers.
there in your destiny, even though you are there, nothing will happen to you. Yeah, twin tower story. That's what we are explaining.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prasanna garu. Let us meet again next week. Thank you.
Next week.